Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Plan B Success. The other day, I had someone approach me to discuss a negotiation strategy for something that they were looking for, a deal they were going to strike. As the citizens of a community, productive workers of an economy, and the breadwinners and caregivers of our families, each of us is working through a myriad of challenges each day. It's not always about winning. Sometimes it's just about surviving or seeing the day through. There are countless interactions we go through daily, and in each, consciously or subconsciously, we negotiate for what we seek, want, and desire. The standard definition of negotiation involves 5 collaborative stages: preparation, information exchange, bargaining, conclusion, and finally execution. However, it's not as cut and dry as it seems. There are several nuances of our personalities that come to bear when in a negotiation. The biggest secret that I can let you in right here at the beginning of unraveling the process of negotiation is that it's never about you or what you seek. The focus should be on your counterpart or opponent, no matter how you see them. It's about what they want and how much of it can you give to them or find ways of subsisting by getting creative and taking them on a journey to see what they do not, while enhancing your own value and eventually benefit for them. So they rethink, and in the process you get what you want. Human tendency is to be reactive, and in many cases that may be enough. Whether it's a low-level or a high-profile negotiation, you get what you seek so long as you show value in what you offer to satisfy those you're negotiating with. Negotiation, at its scientific best, is a strategy, a framework of choices to be made to achieve specific objectives. Any negotiation process, for instance, for better perks at an existing job you occupy, or for a better pay and benefits at a job offer you're considering, or to join a coveted training program or course at a distinguished university, no matter what it is a dynamic and iterative process. It continues to build on itself provided you let it. In many cases, it can bring in benefits beyond its assumed final point, which is agreeable to both parties. The key is in ensuring you restrain the urge to be reactive and not make any moves founded in fear of loss. Hold your fears close to your chest. You may as well end up with your desired deal outcomes, or even much better than you anticipated. The first rule of negotiation is the assessment of your opponents. It's not just assessing them for who they are and the role they play in your interaction, but actually taking a 360-degree approach to learn about them. Who are they? Who do they deal with as customers, clients, competitors, etc.? And what can you learn about them from such interactions that may serve well in your ultimate objectives? The goal is to achieve your objectives, and it's important to note that influence to bear on your opponent can come from any angle or direction, provided you look for it. Learn of the power and leverage your opponent can exercise. What will and will they not agree to, and why? How do you influence such behavior to ensure they go way beyond their level of agreement? You may see yourself as the small fish when compared to your opponent when it comes to influence, but further analysis may reveal your strategic importance in a deal, which may be your strength, even if it is in the short term. And in many cases, you may have value beyond what is directly visible that you may be able to provide, which adds incremental value to what you offer. Although it may not mean a major change on your end, it could mean added value to your opponent and allow for you to seek what you truly want. Analyze your own set of skills and look for what may interest the one you're negotiating with about what you can bring to the table. How can they have a beneficial impact for them, and how do you showcase that? It may have nothing to do with what you're negotiating about, but can impact another aspect of the opponent's business. What do you have that may be of such value? The visible or defined scope of any deal may seem to be the be-all and end-all, but it never is. There are always significant opportunities to alter the deal scope and achieve better results. The general tendency is to look for ways to weaken your opponent so you have better leverage in a negotiation. However, a win-win framework is to look for opportunities where you may strengthen your opponent, and as a result, seek what you desire. It's about all-round value add. By not just thinking about yourself and also the one you're negotiating with, you tend to lay the ground for better future outcomes as a result of this relationship. And honesty triumphs when you think, not just about your side of the deal, but your opponent too, since trust takes over where doubt ends. Collaboration goes a long way in speeding things up to the benefit of either party. By operating from a point where the opponent desires a deal rather than not make one, you have positive leverage that stands you in good stead for the long term. With any negotiation, the focus is on maximizing value for yourself, never for your opponent, even if they are in different roles or businesses. This, however, undermines not just the current deal, but the prospect of any future deals with someone who can be a trusted partner. It's better to look at ways and means of solidifying a relationship so it pays back manyfold in the future. This allows for leverage that is not immediately visible but will come to the top over time. The best way to analyze any negotiation before you start is to get into the shoes of your opponent and seek out their motivations, their needs, and their outcomes. Understand them for what and who they truly are, and what do they seek. Keep away human bias and put creativity to test to think through win-win strategies. Now get persuasive as you indulge in negotiations. Any negotiation is generally seen as an anxious process. The focus is so much on threats, fears, and all that could go wrong than being constructive. This leads to poor choices and steps taken in the process. But it doesn't have to be so. When approached from the standpoint of cooperation and long-term benefits, the pressure fizzles out inadvertently. Mutual trust begins to develop, unlocking more value than you see or are prepared for. As someone who's in a position of negotiation, willingly or unwillingly, it's always better to be prepared. Take the time to prepare. Be clear about your needs and desired outcomes from a negotiation. Learn everything there is to learn about your opponent, not just from the perspective of capitalizing on the knowledge to win, but genuinely to seek out ways to meet goals for either party and develop a long-term relationship that will pay for itself manyfold over time. Timing is crucial to clinch a deal. Be clear as to your asks and be prepared to close as soon as you deem possible when the topic is top of mind for either party. Human bias and ego have no place in a negotiation. They end up tinting your vision and you won't even know it. Focus on keeping the other party comfortable to get what you need out of them. Listen, and that too carefully. Listen more than you speak. Be clear with what you want and ask. If you can defend your ask, don't worry about how it may come across. You're not the judge of that. Be prepared for a compromise. Expect to be asked or to ask for concessions as the process progresses. Be ready with what you're able to give and don't be the first to offer unless it comes to that. Build trust. Be committed to the deal and expect the same in return. Each side has a time to talk through their challenges and why it's difficult for them to give what's sought. Help them seek answers, but do not get absorbed by their challenges so you move away from your desired outcome of the negotiation. Principles matter. Stick to them, no matter what. If they're up for negotiation, perhaps it's time to walk out. Reiterate what's decided post a negotiation. Get it in writing to take out all ambiguity. Seek confirmation and follow up on next steps of execution. The ability to negotiate is one of the most vital skills you can develop that will last you a lifetime and come in handy in more ways than one. Continue to hone these skills, sharpen them, learn, and share with others as well. I hope you liked that episode and are enjoying all the episodes in Plan B Success podcast. I'd encourage you to go subscribe on your favorite platform, whether it's any listening platform or YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure you subscribe so that you enjoy this content and extract from it what serves you best, what benefits you in your own life, personal, professional, business, whatever it might be. PlanB.live is the website where you can go in order to find any episode that you would like to listen to. 3 times a week, we release episodes, the first being an inspiring interview with someone who's done it, been there, done that, and can inspire you to go after what you want to achieve. Every Monday, that's the episode that gets released. And then, on Wednesdays and Fridays, we pick a topic and we talk about it in order to benefit you in your personal and professional life. At the same time, if you're someone who's interested in learning more about these concepts, if you're someone who's interested in podcasting as well, go check out planbsuccessschool.thinkific.com. That's where all the online courses are. You can learn and benefit from them there as well. There's a bunch of free courses. There's a bunch of paid courses. Start with the free ones. Get to learn what you aspire to learn. And if you want to delve deeper, then you can sign up for the other ones. Thank you very much.